Alrighty, good morning everybody. Welcome in, and this is Chimed in Maine. Um, so yeah, let's see. Alright. Yeah, it just kicked over on my screen. So, yeah, I don't have much to talk about today. We already know what's going on in my world. The floor is dry, but I have no water coming into this house. So I'm gonna make the best of today and the next few days, and like I said, if at some point today pipe don't get fixed, I'm leaving later on this week. I'm not gonna keep putting up with this because this is just insane. These people literally take things too personally, and I try to reason with them and I try to be pretty nice to them. Unfortunately, that's how people are. They just take things too personally, and then they get mad at you because they've taken things too personally, and that's why, like, you know, people are just sometimes way too sensitive and they don't want to accept it. So so they um so they go after you and they go after you and they go after you, and then they turn around, they try to talk to you later, as if like what they did was justified. And yeah, it's just like I woke up and I looked at my Discord and somebody chatted me at Discord, and I'm blocked off from a certain chat. Now, this individual's like, well, I'll fix it, blah blah blah. No, dude, you're expecting me to give you attention. And I'm tired of you expecting me to give you attention. That's the most gayest thing a man could do, is want another man's attention. And that's why I'm against living in this state in general, because it's a bunch, I run into that a lot where a man will want another man's attention and get in the way of him talking to like a woman or something like that. It's like, dude, like, why do I have to keep explaining this stuff to people like who just clearly don't understand how my stance is on stuff? It's like you enforce it for a stance to be changed. And then you wonder why people get mad at you later. It's because you're trying to change a stance that people already have on something, and you keep going after them expecting them to change it. I'm not gonna speak back to this guy. This guy can do whatever the heck he wants. I don't know why anybody has such a vendetta with me. It's extreme, it's weird, and there's no reason for a man to be obsessed with another man. God already made us realize, we not God, but we should already know this stuff, but it doesn't seem to set right with some people. They have an obsession with having people acknowledge them, especially a man to man. Why are you so busy trying to get another man's attention? Like, honestly, if you're not a woman, let me just let me just say something here. If you're not a woman trying to get a man's attention and you're a guy trying to get a man's attention, there's something clearly messed up with you, and you need to figure out that by now, that if you keep doing that, you're not a normal guy, and there's a reason people rage at you. There's a reason people don't want to deal with you. And it's like they don't get it. Even after you explained it once to them, even if, after you explained it a couple times to them, they just do not get it. They do not understand. And I'm at the point, I woke up this morning trying to communicate with somebody. Well, the man came in out of nowhere, and I'm like, dude, you need to stop expecting me to talk to you. Like, you should have fixed this already a couple days ago. Like, people are so worried about sexuality, it's not even funny. And it just drives people to a point where they just don't care. And they don't care how you feel. But you will keep trying and trying and trying, expecting things to change. And they don't change because you are trying to enforce something. This is why I can't stand this LGBTQ stuff. This is why I want to get out of Florida. These people are insane, and they will never accept that they're in the wrong for anything. An explosion could happen. Well, we didn't do that. Yes, you did. You're pushing people to their point where you're expecting them to care, and they just don't care, and you don't understand that. and you're expecting things to change. They don't change by enforcing people to do stuff. Nothing does. Nothing ever will. I can't stand that when people do that to me, especially because I'll be off minding my own business. Like, I'm gonna message somebody right now. Yeah, it's like quit expecting people to talk to you, especially when you continuously ruin stuff for people. People aren't gonna like you then. People are gonna like you a lot less, and then people aren't gonna be able to put up with you. And by all means, if you're doing things spitefully and expect me to forgive you, after a certain amount of times, I'm just not gonna like you, and you need to start understanding that. And that's just sad people act that way. No, it's just crazy people act that way. It's like somebody who doesn't understand the first 20, 30 times and then turns around and just continues on doing it is like, dude, what are you doing at this point? That's making you act like that. Anyway, let's get into chapter 23. We're gonna do chapter 23 through 29 today. Can't believe I spent 10 minutes ranting about how people just aren't getting a clue. All right, chapter 23. When you sit to dine with a ruler, note well what is before you, and put a knife to your throat. If you are given gluttony, let me turn the light on, please. All right, there we go. That's a lot better. I needed to see to read. All right, you are given gluttony. Do not crave his delicacies, for the food is deceptive. Do not wear yourself out to get rich. Do not trust your own cleverness, but cast but a glance at riches, and they are gone. For they surely sprout wings and fly off to the sky like eagles. Do not eat, do not eat burgundy a do not eat of a burgundy hose. Do not crave his delicacies, for he is kind. He is the kind of person who is always thinking about the cost. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit up the little you have eaten, and you will waste your compliments. Do not speak to fools, for they will scorn your prudent words. Do not move an ancient boundary stone, or an roach on the field of the fatherless. Do not, for their defender is strong. He will take up their case against you. Apply your heart to instructions, and ears to your words of knowledge. Do not withhold discipline from a child. If you punish them with a rod, they will not die. Punish them with a rod, and save them from death. My son, if your heart is wise, then my heart will be glad indeed. My inmost being will rejoice. When your lips speak what is right, do not let your heart envy sinners, but always be zealous for the fear of the Lord. There is a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off. Listen, my son, and be wise, and let your heart on the right path. Do not join those who drink too much wine, or gorge themselves on meat, for drunkards and gluttons become poor, and drowsiness clothes them in rags. Listen to your father, who gave you life, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy the truth, and do not sell it, wisdom, instructions, and insight as well. The father of the righteous child has right joy. A man whose father's a wise son, rejoice him. May your father and mother rejoice. May she who gives you birth be joyful. My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes delight in my ways. An adulterous woman is a deep pit, and a wayward wife is a narrow well. Like a bandit she lies in wait, and multiplies the unfaithful among men. Who has woe, who has sorrow, who has strife, who has complaints, who has needless bruises, who has bloodshot eyes? Those who linger over wine, who go to sample bowls of mixed wine. Do not gaze at wine when it's red, when it sparkles in the cup, when it goes down smoothly. In the end, it bites like a snake, and poison like viper. Your eyes will Your eyes will see strange sight, and your mind will imagine confusing things. You will be like one sleeping on the high seat, laying on top of the ridging. They hit me, and they will say, but I'm not hurt. They beat me, but I do not feel it. They wake up. When will I wake up? So I can find another drink. 24. Do not envy the wicked. Do not desire their company. For their hearts plot violence, and their lips talk about making trouble. By wisdom a house is built, and through the standing it is established. Through knowledge its rooms are filled with rare and beautiful treasures. The wise prevail through great power, and those who have knowledge muster their strength. Surely you need guidance to wage war, and victory is won through many adversaries. Wisdom is too high for fools. In the assembly, at the gate, they must open their mouths. Whoever plots evil will be known as a schemer. The schemes of folly are sin. People detest a mocker. If you falter in a time of trouble, how small is your strength? Rescue those being led away to death. Hold back those staggering towards slaughter. If you say, but we know nothing about this, does not he who weighs the heart perceive it? Does not he who guards your life know it? Will he not repay everyone according to what they have done? Eat honey, my son, for it is good. Honey from the comb is sweet to your taste. Also know that wisdom is like honey for you. If you find it, there is a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off. Do not lurk like a thief near the house of the righteous. Do not plunder their dwelling place. For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again, but the wicked stumble when calamity strikes. Do not gloat on your enemy falls. When they stumble, do not let your heart rejoice, or let the Lord see and disapprove, and turn his wrath away from them. Do not fret because of evildoers, or be envious of wicked. For the evildoer has no future hope, and the lamp of the wicked will be snuffed out. Fear the Lord and the king. My son, do not join with rebellious officials, for those too will send sudden destruction on them, and who knows what calamity they can bring. All right, further saying of the wise. These are also sayings of the wise. To show partiality in judging is not good. Whoever says to the guilty, they are innocent, be cursed by will be cursed by people and denounced by nations. But it will go well with those who convict the guilty, and rich blessings will go on them. And an honest answer is like a kiss on a lips. Put your outdoor work in order and get your fields ready after they build your house. Do not testify against your neighbor without cause. Would you use your lips to mislead? Do not say, I'll do to them as they have done to me. I'll pay them back for what they did. I went past the field of sluggards, past the vineyard of someone who has no nonsense. Thorns had come up everywhere, the ground was covered with weeds, the stones walls was in ruin. I applied my heart to what I observed, and learned a lesson from what I saw. A little sheep, a little sleep, a little slumber, a folding of the hand to rest, and poverty will come on like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. More Proverbs of Solomon, chapter 25. These are more Proverbs of Solomon, complied by the man of Hezekiah, of Judah. It is the glory of God to conceal a matter, to search out a matter is the glory of kings. As the heavens are high and the earth is deep, so the hearts of the king are unsearchable. Remove the dross from the silver, and the silversmith can produce a vessel. Remove wicked officials from the king's presence, and his throne will be established through righteousness. Do not exalt yourself in the king's presence. Do not claim a place among his great men. It is better for him to say to you, come up here, than for him to humiliate you before his nobles. What you have seen with your eyes, do not bring hostility to court. For what you do will end in if your neighbor puts you to shame. If you take your neighbor to court, do not betray another's confidence, or one who hears it may shame you, and charge against you will stand. Like apples of gold in settings of silver is a ruling rightly given, like an earring of gold or an ornament of fine gold. In the rebuke of a wise judge, to a listening ear, like snow-cooled drink at harvest time, is trustworthy messenger to the one who sends him. He refreshes the spirit of his master, like clouds and wind without rain. Is one who boasts of gifts never given. Through patience a ruler can be persuaded, and a gentle tongue can break a bone. If you find honey, eat just enough. Too much of it, and you will vomit. Seldom set foot in your neighbor's house. Too much of you, and they will hate you. Like a club of swords or a sharp arrow is one who gives false testimony against a neighbor. Like a broken tooth or a lamp foot is resilience on the unfaithful in a time of trouble, like one who takes away a garment on a cold day, or like vinegar poured on a wound, is one who sings songs to a heavy heart. If your enemy is hungry, give food to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you like a north wind that brings unexpected rain, is a sly tongue which provokes a horrified look. Better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. Like cold water to a weary soul is good news from a distant land. Like a muddy spring or a polluted well are the righteous who give way to the wicked. It is not good to eat too much honey, nor is it honorable to search out matters that are too deep. Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. What are we reading to today? All right, to 29. All right. All right. Chapter 26. So we're almost at 29 right now. I wasn't sure how far I was going to put it, so we'll see we'll see what time it is when we get to 29. All right. Chapter 26. Like snow in summer or rain in harvest, honor is not fitting for a fool. Like a fluttering sparrow or a darting swallow, an unserved curse does not come to rest. A whip for the horse, a bridle for the donkey, and a rod for the back of fools. Do not answer a fool according to his folly, for you yourself will be just like him. Answer a fool according to his folly, or he will be wise in his own eyes. Sending a message by hands of a fool is like cutting off one's feet or drinking poison. Like the useless legs, one who is lame is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. Like tying a stone in a sling is like giving of honor to a fool. Like a thorn bush in a drunkard's hands is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. Like an archer who wounds at random is one who hires a fool on any passerby. As a dog returns to its vomit, so fools repeat their folly. Do you see a person wise in their own eyes? There is more hope for a fool than for them. Just remember that, okay? That quote right there. If you think you're wise in your own eyes, your chances are you're not. There's more hope for a person who's a fool than a person who thinks they're wise in their own eyes. And I've never seen myself wise in my own eyes, but there's people all over the internet. They're like, you're so uneducated, blah blah blah, and they act like they're more intelligent than you, and they get really catty with you. And just remember, there's more hope for somebody who is less value than your intelligence. Okay, just remember that. A sluggard says, "There's a lion in the road, a fierce lion roaming the streets." As a door turns out its hinges, and a sluggard turns on bed. A sluggard bruises his hands in the dish. He is too lazy to bring it back to his mouth. A sluggard is wise in his own eyes. Then 7 people who answer discreetly, like one who grabs a stray dog by the ear, is someone who rushes into quarrels and not their own. Like a maniac shooting flaming arrows of death is one who deceives their neighbor and says, I was only joking. Without wood, a fire goes out. Without gossip, a quarrel dies down. As charcoal to embers and as wood to fire, so is quarrelsome people for kindling strife. The words of gossip are like choice morals. They go down to the inmost parts, like a coating of silver or dross, earthenware, a fervent lip with an evil heart. Enemies disguise themselves with their lips, but in their hearts they harbor deceit. Though through the speech is charming, Though their speech is charming, do not believe them. For seven abomination will fill their heart. Their malice will be concealed by deception, but their wickedness will be exposed in the assembly. Whoever digs a pit will fall into it. Someone rolls a stone, it will roll back over them on them. Lying tongue hates those who hurts, and flattering mouths work ruins. Chapter 27. Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring. Let someone praise you, and not your own mouth. An outsider, and your own lips. Stone is heavy, and sand is a burden, but a fool's provocation is heavier than both. Anger is cruel, and fury is overwhelming, but who can stand before jealousy? Better is open rebuke than hidden love. Wounds are from a friend. Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses. One who is full of loathes honey. One who is full loathes honey from the comb. But to the hungry, even what is bitter tastes sweet. Like a bird that flees its nest is anyone who flees from home. Perfume and incense bring joy to the heart, and the pleasantness of a friend springs from the heartfelt advice. Do not forsake your friend or a friend of your family. Do not go to your relative's house when disaster strikes. Better a neighbor nearby than a relative far away. Be wise, my son, and bring joy to my heart. Then I can answer anyone who treats me with contempt. The plunder sees danger and takes refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. Take garment of one who puts up security for a stranger. Hold it in pledge if it is done for an outsider. If anyone loudly blesses their neighbor early in the morning, it will be taken as a curse. A quarrelsome wife is like dripping of a leaky jar roof in a rainstorm. Restraining her is like restraining the wind, or grasping oil with the hand. As iron sharpens iron, so one will sharpen another. One who guards a fig tree will eat its fruit, and whoever protects their master will be honored. As water reflects the face, so one's life reflects the heart. Death is destruction, and are never satisfied, and neither are humans' eyes. The crucible of silver and the furnace for gold, but people are tested by their praise. Though you grind a fool in a mortar, grinding them like grain with pestle, you will not remove their folly from them. Be sure you know uh be sure you know the condition of your flocks. Give careful attention to your herds, for riches do not endure favor, and a crown is not secure for all generations. When the hay is removed and new growth appears, and the grass from the hills is gathered in, the lamb will provide you with clothing, and goats with the price of a field. You will have plenty goats, milk, milk to feed your family, and to nourish your family, and to nourish your female servants. 28. The wicked flow through, no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. When a country is rebellious, it has many rulers. Yes, it does. Actually, when a country is rebellious, it has many rulers, because many rulers meaning like people gatekeep stuff that doesn't naturally need to be gatekept. Like we're seeing it here in America where We have too many people trying to be rulers right now, and it's just like, it's just insane sometimes. But a ruler is with discernment and knowledge maintains order. A ruler who oppresses the poor is like driving rain with that leaves no crops. Those who forsake instructions praise the wicked, but those who heed resist them. Evildoers do not understand what is right, but those who seek the Lord understands it fully. The better the poor, whose walk is blameless, than rich, whose ways are preserved. A discerning son heeds instructions, but a companion of gluttons disgrace his father. Whoever increases wealth by taking interest or profit from the poor, amasses it for another who will be kind to the poor. If anyone turns a deaf ear to my instructions, even the prayers are detestable. Whoever leads the upright along an evil path will fall into their own trap, but the blameless will receive a good inheritance. The rich are wise in their own eyes. One who is poor and discerning sees how deluded they are. When the righteous triumph, there is a great elation, but when the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy. Blessed is the one who always trembles before God, but whoever hardens their heart falls in trouble. Like a roaring lion or charging bear is a wicked ruler who is over a helpless people. A tyrannical ruler practices extortion, but one who hates ill-gotten gain will enjoy a long reign. Anyone tormented by the guilt of a murderer will seek refuge in the grave. Let no one hold them back. The one who walks blameless is kept safe, but one whose ways are perverse will fall into a pit. Those who work their land will have abundant food, but those who chase fantasies will have their fill of poverty. A faithful person will be richly blessed, but one eager to get rich will not go unpunished. To show partiality is not good, yet a person will do wrong for a piece of bread. A stingy, the stingy are eager to get rich. The stingy are eager to get rich, and are unwary that poverty awaits them. Whoever rebukes a person will end gain forever, rather than one who has a flattering tongue. Whoever robs their father or mother and says it is wrong is a partner to one who destroys. The greedy stirs up conflict, but those who trust in the Lord will prosper. Those who trust in themselves are fools, but those who walk in wisdom are kept safe. Those who give the poor will lack nothing, but those who close their eyes to them receive many curses. When the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. But when the wicked perish, the righteous thrive. All right, so we're on 29 right now. All right, so we're at 34. I'll probably I'll probably read 30 after this, and actually I should finish it out. I got 30. I should just finish this out. I didn't realize I was at the end of this. All right. All right. 29. Whoever remains stiff-necked after many rebukes will suddenly be destroyed, without remedy. When the righteous will thrive, the people will rejoice. When the wicked ruler, the people groan. A man who loves wisdom brings joy to his father, but the companion of a prostitute squanders his wealth. By justice a king gives stability, but those who are greedy for bribes tear it down. Those who flatter their neighbors are spreading a net for their feet. Evildoers are snared by their own sin, but the righteous shout for joy and are glad. The righteous care about justice for the poor, but the wicked have no such concern. Mockers stir up a city, but the wise turn away anger. If a wise person goes to court with a fool, the fool rage and scoff, and there is no peace. The bloodthirsty hate a person of integrity, and seek to kill the upright. Fools give full vent to their rage, but the wise claim in the end. If the ruler listens to lies, all his officials become wicked. The poor and the oppressed have this in common. The Lord gives sight to the eyes of both. If a king judges the poor with fairness, his throne will be established forever. A rod and a pre-permand impart wisdom, but a child left undisciplined disgraces its mother. When the wicked thrive, so does it sin, but the righteous will see their downfall. Discipline your child, and they will give you peace. They will bring you delight. They will bring you the delights you desire. Where there is no relevant, people cast off restraint. But blessed is the one who heeds wisdom. Instructions. Servants cannot be corrected by mere words. Though they understand, they will not respond. Do you see someone who speaks in haste? There is more hope for a fool than none. A servant pampered from youth will turn out to be insolent. An angry person stirs up conflict. A hot-tempered person commits many sins. Pride brings a person low, but the lowly in spirit gain honor. A compliance of thieves are their own enemies. They are put under oath and do not dare to testify. Fear of man will prove to be snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. Many seek an audience with a ruler, but it is from the Lord that one gets justice. The righteous detest the dishonest, the wicked detest the upright. Alright, so yeah, we're just going to read into, alright, so we're going to go into 31, and then we're going to finish out the book. Alright, so let me go back and fix this. We still got a little bit of time. $31? Yep, 31. And so we're at the end of the book. I didn't even realize that. All right. All right. So we're back. We're back to reading now. All right. All right. So, sayings of Agar, chapter 30. The saying of Agar, son of Jakeh, an inspired utterance. This man, utterance, Ithal, to Ithal. I am weary, God, but I can prevail. Surely I am only a brute, not a man. I do not have human understandings. I have not learned wisdom, nor have I attained to the knowledge of the Holy One, who has gone up to heaven and come down, who has whose hands have gathered up wind, who has wrapped up the waters in a cloak, who has established all of the ends of the earth. What is his name? What is the name of his son? Surely you know. Every word of God is flawless. He is a shield to those who take refuge in him. Do not add his words, or he will rebuke you and prove you a liar. Two things I ask for you, Lord. Do not refuse me before I die. Keep falsehood and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty nor riches, but give me only my daily bread. Otherwise, I have too much and disown you, and say, who is the Lord? Or I may become poor and still. So I dishonored the name of my God. Do not slander a servant to their master, or they will curse you, and you will pay for it. There are those who curse their fathers and do not bless their mothers. Those who are pure in their own eyes and are yet not cleansed of their filth. Those whose eyes are ever haughty, whose glances are disdainful, those whose teeth are swords, and whose jaws are set like knives, to devour the poor from the earth, and the needy from among mankind. The leech has two daughters. Give, give, they cry. There are three things that are never satisfied, four that never say enough: the grave, the bear, and the womb, the land which never satisfies with water, and fire which never says enough. The eye that mocks a father, that scorns an aged mother, will be pecked out by the ravens of the valley, will be eaten by vultures. There are three things that are too amazing for me, four that I don't understand: the ways of an eagle in the sky, the way of the snake on a rock, the way of the ship on the high seas, and the way of a man with a young woman. This is the way of an adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth, and says, I've done nothing wrong. Under three things the earth trembles. Under four it cannot bear up: a servant who becomes king, a godless fool who gets penalties to eat, to eat, a contemptible woman who gets married, a servant who disciplines her, displaces her mistress. Four things on earth are small, yet are extremely wise. Ants are creatures of little strength, yet they store up their food in the summer. Hyrax are creatures of little power, yet they make their home in the crags. Locusts have no kings, yet they advance together in ranks. A lizard can be caught with the hand, yet it is found in kings' palaces. There are three things that are stately in their stride, four that move stately bearing: a lion mighty among the beasts, who retreats before nothing; a stuttering roost; a he goat; and a king secure against revolt. If you play the fool and exalt yourself, or if you plan evil, clap your hand over your mouth. For the churning cream produces butter, and a twisting the nose produces blood. So stirring up anger produces strife. Alright, so this is the last chapter. Sayings of King Emil, chapter 31. Saying of King Emil, an inspired utterance. His mother taught him, listen, my son of my womb. Listen, my son, the answer to my prayers. Do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who ruin kings. It is not for the kings, Lemuel. It is not for the kings to drink wine, for not for rulers to crave beer, lest let's lest they drink and forget what has been decreed, and deprive all the oppressed of their rights. Let beer be for those who are perishing, wine for those who are in anguish. Let them drink and forget their poverty, and remember their misery no more. Speak up for those who cannot speak to themselves, for the rights of all who are detested. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend rights to the poor and needy. Epilogue. The wife of a noble character. A wife of a noble character who can find, she is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good. No, she brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and and flax, and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ship, bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it is still night. She provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her task. She sees that her trading is profitable, and her lamps uh, does not does not go out at night. In her hand she holds this distaff and and grasp the spindle with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes covering for her bed, and she clothes in fine linen and purple. Her husband is respected at the city gate, where he sits among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies the merchants with sashes. She is clothed with strange strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household, and does not eat the bread of the idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her, for all her hands have done, and let her works bring her praise to the city gate. All right, we're on a keys now. I think is what it's called. So we got that. And then after that, I'll be all caught up to myself. So we're flying through this. So I don't know what's to come the next few days, so bear with me. But I'm trying to stream and upload as much as I can to keep you guys updated on everything. Um, Unfortunately, I'm in a situation right now where like people just don't let things get better. They don't want things to get better. And I'm sitting here having to deal with like some sort of like issue of their pride and their every other issue that they have that they just let cease to exist. Like they love to hate things when things don't go their way. Like if somebody doesn't like you, just deal with it. Just deal with it. Don't sit there and enforce your problem down somebody else's throat, you know? Like the consistent need to to have somebody like you is totally uncalled for, man. It's totally uncalled for. You should go out through life not caring about what everybody thinks of you, not caring about like these things these, not caring about people so much and how they feel about you. Because if you do that, you're basically going to cause more problems in your life than you are good, and it caused a problem for, you know, I basically am in this situation because everybody just chose to make an ass out of me. Everybody just keeps trying to make an ass out of me, and then don't let me have my fun time. So they feel like they're treated unfairly. But yet those people there that have done that to me have to no end proved why they're not to be liked by me. You know? Like this landlord. He's probably one of the worst landlords I could probably ever have in my life because he doesn't bother to fix stuff. He yells at me. He doesn't, he just causes so much drama. And that's what, there's certain people even, online here that cause too much drama for my own liking. And, the obsession with trying to get me to like you is not going to help you in the long run. It's eventually going to come back to haunt you no matter how you feel, you know? So stop expecting it. At the end of the day, I have no care for somebody who just desperately tries to get me to like them. So I don't get it. I don't understand how people can just have that this like level of caring within themselves to just I don't understand the level of caring that much. Like I just don't get it. I don't get how somebody can be like, he has to give me his attention. He has to care about me. It's like, dude, like I don't understand you. What is your obsession with me? Like, and it's literally like it's bad. Like, I wonder if he's gonna. I wonder. Let's see. Let's see. It's not. It's probably gonna be with that. It's okay. Let's see. Nope, not yet. He didn't. He didn't respond yet. People are insane, man. The you know, I can't just have a friend. I have to have a friend that's like obsessed with me like a lost dog. Like I don't understand why those people just can't go off and find their own friends. Like I don't know why they think I want to be friends with them. Like Naruto taught us a really really bad lesson. I'm gonna clarify that. The show Naruto taught us one of the most awful lessons in the world by enforcing yourself onto a friend to try to become friends. Friendships are supposed to come naturally. There's no over obsession over a guy you're trying to become friends with because if that's the case, you like that guy and he doesn't want to be your friend. And it's super obnoxious because I deal with it more times than I should, and that's what people don't understand about me. I get tired of it. And so that's why I act as such. If you are a guy and you're obsessing over another guy, chances are you like the guy a little bit more than you should as a friend. Okay? And that is why like I've had like there are people in the world that actually will say that that's annoying because guys aren't supposed to like want to always be up at each other's butts. Like as a guy, you should feel kind of offended. You should feel kind of annoyed by that. You should feel like that's a little weird that he wants to be that somebody else wants to be a friend at that level. That's a level that's like almost on the level of homosexuality right there. I don't care what anybody says. It's just weird that some people don't get it though. You know, I'd rather have a woman doing that to me than a freaking weird dude on the internet. Oh man. So yep. And next few days, I don't know what's to come. I'm just waiting to see. I'm gonna sit back and hopefully everything pans out well and goes well for me. Um, I don't know what's to come, so I'm hoping very soon. Um, things just go well for me. I'm gonna be leaving out to Texas here in the next few days if today this pipe doesn't get fixed. Um, because this is like setting me back big time because I can't even shower. I can't even do things I want to do, and I have a whole bunch of people not being helpful with it. So I'm just like, I'm sitting here dealing with it the best I can. I wish people would just give me the benefit of the doubt and stop holding grudges against me, because that's why I'm in this situation. People just keep holding like all these grudges against me and just like not give over, not like stop caring about grudges they have on people. And that's what puts people like me in this like situation I'm in right now. Like literally, if you're holding on to a grudge of somebody, man, you should stop doing it because it's gonna ruin your life. It's not even gonna. It's not just gonna ruin your life. It's gonna bring people to like not like you at some point. And my mom, she holds grudges every single day, and there's a lot of people that just don't like my mother because she holds grudges and stuff like that. She holds on to grudges forever, and she doesn't let them go. And that's why since I started reading the Bible, I can see it within her where she has a really bad problem and she doesn't let things go. She'll remember stuff that happened like 10 years ago and not let things go. She still thinks I have this feeling that I'm going to get back with my kid's mother and stuff like that. And it's never going to happen because you know why it's never going to happen? Because it's not supposed to happen. God's plan for me is completely different. I'm supposed to meet somebody in Texas. You know, I'm supposed to move away from the state, meet myself a nice girl, and form a family with that girl. You know, but I just don't like having people around me that hold on to these grudges, that hold on to grudges. You can either let the grudge go, or you can change and move on with your life. You got two options. All right, and there's some people like in Discord, I will not talk to them. I will not communicate with them. But I will continue to talk to everybody else that's in there. All because of how that person ended up acting and treating me. It's completely and utterly unfair how one individual who's in a Discord causes them more drama, but doesn't even bother to get kicked out of it and doesn't want to leave people alone and has an obsession with me and will not bother to leave me alone. And I don't know what the deal is, but I really, really wish that he would just go away for good. You know, it gets infuriating sometimes that people have held on to grudges with me for no reason at all. It's like there's a really bad grudge that just people do not let go. And they hold on to it, they hold on to it, they hold on to it, assuming I'm gonna go back to them. But when you hold on a grudge, what are you gonna do? You're gonna push people out of your life. You're going to hold on to things that you believe. And then you're going to push people away because what you believe isn't true about the person. That's why I'm going about life the way I do them, because people just hold on to grudges with me and choose not to let things go. Like my mother, she forever holds on to things that she can never let go. And she's stuck like that. And she will never be happy. And unfortunately, I don't want to talk to her ever again because she throws people under the bus. When she gets mad about something, she doesn't take the initiative upon herself to accept that she's wrong and will throw people under the bus because she doesn't like a situation. That's just how she handles stuff. And it's bad. And I am really glad I'm not like that. I am very glad I'm not like that. but it's it's leading me to this position where I'm in right now, where like I have no other option than to leave this situation I'm in because people just don't want to fix stuff. So I'm like stuck doing this now until I like I said, come Friday, I'm probably gonna end up getting out of here. More than likely. Um, I have to go and look at U-Hauls here soon. Probably do that. If I don't leave Friday, I'm gonna pick up a U-Haul Friday and then head out Saturday morning. So that way I don't like Saturday after I like stream. I'm gonna make my last stream on Saturday probably, if not Friday, because Friday I'm gonna if what's gonna happen is if things don't get fixed by Friday, I'm gonna have to go and go like things aren't get if things don't get fixed today, I'm gonna go rent a U-Haul Friday and go and actually prepare my stuff to get out of here and then just leave on Saturday morning because you know what? This isn't worth it anymore. I've had so much downfall from people who just cannot accept they're wrong about something. I know I make problems sometimes. I know that. I'm fully aware of that. But when these people are consistently blaming you of being a bad person, like example, when these people are trying to consistently get you in trouble and holding you accountable for stuff that isn't even your fault and charging you more for rent than you need to be charged, then it becomes an issue because, I'm suffering. I'm suffering, and the other people aren't suffering. The people that have been blaming me for a while are not suffering because they don't really realize that they don't want to realize that they're wrong. And it's a cliquish mentality. It's really not just like one person doing it. It's multiple people who have done it to me, who just have no remorse and then just sit there and blame people. And I really wish I didn't have to go through this, but I'm tired of Orlando, Florida, because all I do is catch flack and blame here. Like, there's been so many people blaming me of stuff in this city that I can't even walk down the street without being noticed and being gaslit for something. Something they truly can't get off the ground themselves. So I want people out there to realize that when you have a vendetta with somebody or you're obsessed with somebody and you're like consistently throwing them under the bus, you have to remember that you're suffering too. You're suffering because you're not letting them go. You're suffering because you want them to talk to you. You're suffering because you want their attention. And the more and more you strive for their attention, the more and more you're not gonna get it. That's just hands down. That's just hands down the moral of everything. If somebody isn't going to pay attention to you and you're desperately seeking them for attention, it's because they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to bother with you. And so therefore, throwing somebody under the bus to get them to pay attention to you, that's not cool either. That's not cool either. You should just step away from your own suffering, from being obsessed with the person, step away from it, and go find somebody else to talk to. It's the worst when somebody has an obsession with you and will not leave you alone no matter what you do. And that's where when I see that going on within a man, within a dude, I pretty much put that man, I'll pretty much keep that man on quiet the whole time because you know what? I don't want to talk to him. Why is he obsessed with me? Why is he so why is he so why is he so determined to get my attention? It's not like you've done anything good. You've done nothing but wrecking. You've done nothing but wrecking. You've created so much reckoning that you're not creating anything good at this point. And you're still creating reckoning, you know? And so I'm being thrown under the bus so consistently by a gay man who just cannot understand that people are not obsessed with people don't like him. It's the worst when you keep doing these when you keep doing these really, really bad things for people towards people, and people undermine you, show you that you're not liked by people. People keep trying to show you that, and then you get mad about it when people don't like you. But it's for you to understand that if somebody doesn't like you, leave them alone. Move on with your life. They're not meant for you. You know? It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter how you lust. It doesn't matter how you obsess. You are dealing with something that's much worse than what you realize. And you're going to destroy people along the way. And at some point, all that stuff out of desperation that you've been doing is going to come back and haunt you eventually. Because you're going to see that person that you're lusting over, that you like in situations, because you're so spiteful and needy towards the person, you're going to see them be in a situation that you don't like. And you're not going to be able to tolerate it, and it's probably going to be bad for you. It's going to ruin your entire life. Once you see the person that you are obsessing over in a better situation, it's going to ruin your life. It's going to bring you to ruin. And that's what I wish people would understand. It doesn't matter how much you think you deserve somebody's attention. You don't deserve somebody's attention. It's not, the only attention you should be seeking is attention from God and Jesus Christ. You shouldn't be seeking attention from another person. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be caring that much. But some people do. I don't know. This is just some food for thought. But if you're like obsessed over somebody, you might want to refrain from being obsessed with somebody. You might want to reconsider your life a little bit. There's a difference between liking somebody and being completely obsessed with somebody. And the guy in Discord, he don't realize it, but I'm sick of him. I'm sick of him. There are people that probably intentionally at me because they're sick of him, and then he'll run and try to get my attention. He'll be like, "Yeah, I'm trying to fix it for you." Dude, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. What are you not understanding? It's so obvious I don't want to talk to you. But you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, trying to make it happen. Like as if I'm supposed to care. And it's never going to happen no matter what. Because you're making a butt out of yourself. You're making your life harder than it needs to be by obsessing over somebody who you're going to eventually see in a better situation that you're going to hate. And you're going to hate it so much that it's probably going to ruin and destroy your life. And that's what's going to happen to him very soon. Don't be obsessed with somebody expecting them to like you back. Because eventually, you're going to see the person that you're obsessed with do better than you. And it's going to upset you. It's going to ruin your entire life, for example. And when that happens, trust me, it was well deserved. Because you're not learning from anything from this situation. And that's what you should be doing. You should be learning from this situation. Anybody out there obsessing over another human being, please go and understand that there are many other human beings out there besides this one that you're obsessed with. That's why I fully understand that I might not be getting into, I have it on my heart. A guy puts it on my heart, but some people don't follow God as such, and some people manage to miss their opportunities and miss what they're supposed to be seeing. And so we get to a point where people miss it. So when people miss it, or whatever, they try to I don't know. I just wish people understood a lot better about things they don't want to see or things they should be seeing. If you're not seeing things you should be seeing, if you're not understanding stuff you should be understanding, then you're gonna run into a wall eventually. And because you have a very, very bad ongoing obsession with somebody, and by destroying that person, you think that person is going to like you for destroying them? No. They're going to like you a lot less. In fact, they're going to want you miles and miles away, probably have you arrested when you show up to their house. And that's where I draw the line. And I don't understand why some people just don't want to learn. I understand having a fan, but I understand having fans, but when fans obsess over you and make the obsession even worse than what it is, knowing the fact that they know very, very well that they are not liked, like you've said it multiple times to them to get them to understand they are not liked by you. So all I gotta say is try to be careful with that. Try to understand and try to know when you have an obsession. All right. Anyway, let's get into prayer right here, and I'm gonna head out here and go upload a short. So, Lord Jesus Christ, I pray to you today, that you give me signs and direction of what I should be doing to get on my path in the near future. Lord, like I know you're ready for me to leave, but like, what's my next steps and all that, where do I go? You know, where, who, give me signs and show me what it is I need to be doing. I know that I can use the internet to access things, but Lord, I need your help. I need your help and guidance right now. So really, really show me, in a big way, what it, help me find a room for rent, help me find like a job to go to and stuff like that. Lord, all of this is happening due to people's ignorance and people's self-centeredness, people's selfishness, people not having dignity. So Lord, I'm in this spot because a lot of people are selfish and don't want to believe in you, Lord, and I just pray people start realizing that, like, they're doing people wrong here. Lord, if you can, go out to them and let them know that they're doing people wrong here. Have them understand. Lord, also I pray to you that give me a little peace today. Give me some peace today. And Lord, anybody who is obsessed with me, Lord, that's not a woman, teach them it's not good to be obsessed. Like, there's a guy in Discord who's massively obsessed with me, and Lord, I pray that you teach him in a way to stop being obsessed with people and start moving on with his own life. Because Lord, he's been showing me that he's crazy. He's been showing everybody he's crazy. And Lord, I just pray you get him to understand and put it in his heart that he needs to back off a little bit, that he's causing more damage than he is good. And Lord, put it in his heart to obsess over somebody else or find somebody else. Lord, if you can, put a Bible in his life and take the internet from him if you can, Lord. He needs to learn how to handle stuff a lot differently, and he needs to be aware that he's in the wrong for what he's doing. Lord, I also pray that you protect me today, keep directing me on the path I'm supposed to be going on. Lord, put numbers on the account and make sure the account grows. Lord, also I pray to you that you protect Melanie Mack today. She always needs blessed and protected. Lord, protect Stan. I don't know how he's doing with his cat, and I'm hoping he's feeling better, Lord. And Lord, just show me the ropes today, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so there you have it. I'm out of here. Always remember, if you like somebody, that's fine. But obsessing over somebody is a whole different story, and it leads to you not being a good person. Damaging somebody's life out of an obsession is a very, very bad way to be. All right, you're getting banned because you're being a freaking